Hi. Welcome to Impossible Live. Welcome back if you're joining us again. And if we had an opportunity yet to meet, let's fix that soon. Today's session title is Rise Up, an amazing song by Andra Day. And for those who don't know me well, who may not really know the social justice side of Mel, the Purple Thursday Mel, who popped up twice last week live on a day where Introvert really pushed herself out of her turtle shell. The reminder to come out and share from a personal side some of the stories that we don't normally share with each other. So for those of us who haven't had a chance yet, this virtual toast is for you. Whether you're celebrating a pause, a reset, a milestone, a real reminder as the seasons change, and across the globe, we're celebrating different seasons, but I'm really ecstatic that we're back in the fall season and to have started pulling out a collection of sweaters to nest and celebrate. And Kimberly Lechneck, thank you so much. So music was my pop's love language, and it's become a real big part of the soul language to really remind me as the introvert continues to try and remember to show up as the trained ambivert. Because as some of you know, hey, Kimberly, hey, Lachelle, lots of amazing power of the moment and elephant strategy and America's supermom energy in the house. There are no accidents. I almost paused Impossible Live for good 6 weeks ago. And I want to thank all of you who've been reaching out with love and light to remember, because the invitation in Andra Day's song to rise up. Hey, Christy, I can't wait to see you next week. And it's a real reminder as amazing, talented, energetic, fabulous people with amazing, vibrant energy are here to remind us to keep showing up, whether it's to show up for Impossible Live, whether it's to show up as part of my mission to ignite trust, whether it's to accept Andra Day's invitation to really celebrate the communities in which we're members of. Lachelle, amazing, vibrant, beautiful community. Her Real TV community, her America's Supermom community, her Elephant Strategy community. Kimberly with her Power of the Moment community. Christy, who I had the chance to see this beautiful woman on a live stream a couple of months ago, and Christy has no idea. It was a really great day for me. And here I am seeing Christy and her beautiful energy. Rise Up for some of us may be an invitation to take a break from some of the mental health issues that we're experiencing, the energy pauses, and Lachelle, oh man, can't thank you in summary enough for Think Well and Journal. There is no accidents in terms of timing, and you're right, there are hurdles and lessons to grow our strength. Ooh, I appreciate you so much. I think also it's a reminder, lessons learned. We don't always share them. We don't always speak them out loud. On Purple Thursday last week, and I want to thank Kimberly Lechneck and Therese Lang for joining me twice. And you're going to find shortly that the PM version of Purple Thursday is going to appear on YouTube, because Marie Vega Byrne, my sister from another mother, and Mike LeBlanc. On a day when, woo, on a day when we didn't plan. And, Lachelle, congratulations. A new grandson. Woo, something to celebrate. With a miraculous birth. Hope your family is celebrating his arrival, and warm healing energies to the family members who just brought him in. I think it is a reminder we don't always share it out loud. I am really grateful for you. And as I said, Lachelle, you're going to love this, because I just had a chance this weekend to hang out with our inspiring Jonathan Howard of Signature Style membership, and of the Story Lab, and of Coffee Social. If you're not following Jonathan Howard on Instagram, on Chatter, on LinkedIn, another really good opportunity. And you'll laugh, Lachelle. I just told Jonathan we will go north to pick him up to bring him south to head your way. And I can't wait to finally meet you in person. I think also, like Lachelle's saying, they are hurdles. We rise up from a community perspective may mean something different than others thought when I chose this song. And it's a real reminder. The words of this song start with broken down and tired. We could all feel that way. We can all feel like our sustainable energies are taking a gap. I appreciate amazing Leslie Flowers this morning during her Mind Over Matter with fantastic Shawn Michael. Leslie says, Mel's live today is only 22 minutes. Tune in or miss it. And I smiled. But it's a reminder from an energy perspective, when it's just Mel solo and it's just us, 22 minutes is the time that I need to give the introvert the pause to recharge. To, yes, Lachelle, I believe we can add Jonathan to the list, but Lachelle, I'm going to go pick him up, and you'll have to let us know in January whether this is a pet-friendly cooking pasta event that we're going to have. And don't worry, I'll bring Jonathan. I'll stop with Jonathan for the chicken parm on the way. And as Lachelle's here, I'm really reminded of Behind Purple Thursday. This is a birthday milestone year. I wasn't going to announce it. And during Disruptive Business Leadership with Roy Kowarski and Martin Stark, they just needed to know when my birthday was. And I was not interested in sharing the date. I said I was going to take a picture with Amazing Christie, and that would be close to the date. And Martin Stark, who really can ask me anything, this wonderful, cheeky courage champion, who I'm delighted has joined us as a guest twice for Impossible Live, and we'll create another opportunity for Jonathan. For that wasn't an accident. Jonathan and Martin reminds me of each other. Jonathan, because Jonathan was my invitation to get out of the fear of the blue glare and the introvert who was terrified of the go live button in live streams. And it's funny because this is a little bit over 3.5 years of going live. And I think Lachelle, he's now got a new baby. Maverick has joined the family. And we'll check with Jonathan, because maybe Jonathan can find someone to hang out with his beautiful fur sons while we have a chance to relax and connect and kind of curl up. And birthday milestones, back to it. This is a milestone birthday year for Amazing Lachelle, for Jonathan Howard, for myself, and for Rick Scherer. How do I know this? Ileana, how are you, darling? Can't wait to reconnect with you today. And as I'm talking about birthday milestones, I only know this because during the pandemic, when we didn't have a chance to connect in person, we celebrated Rick's birthday first. Then we celebrated my love's birthday remotely. We celebrated my birthday remotely. We celebrated Jonathan's birthday. We celebrated Lachelle's birthday. And I am so reminded, and you'll know in real life, and this will never be a perfect recording. We'll never show up perfectly. We'll never show up polished. We just need to show up genuinely as us. And that's one of the messages from Rise Up, that the more I'm listening to it, and as I'm celebrating my love in the kitchen, because about 3 weeks ago, a tractor trailer, 18-wheeler, almost really changed our lives and our trajectories. Rise Up is an opportunity to hopefully create more communities, more genuine spaces, like the spaces that Lachelle creates sacred spaces. Kimberly creates sacred spaces. Jonathan creates sacred spaces. I am honored to have the opportunity to create sacred spaces. Leslie Flowers does it. Shawn Michael. There's a bunch of other amazing people. Angie Alexander. And I know I'm sharing names of some people who, if you're on LinkedIn, you can look them up easily. And in today's post, I'll go back in and tag some of their amazing communities so you're able to discover them. And Ileana, who's helping workforces meet purpose. In that invitation, I'm reminded, as I'm actively always raising funds for Fearless of the Hudson Valley, and we're about to celebrate our 40th anniversary next year with a gala on April 17th. Come hang out, come dance when you have a chance. And here's amazing Mike LeBlanc. And Mike wrote a song for Mel, which you're going to hear shortly, because Mike and I are going to have a chance to kind of get together and talk about the song that he wrote for Be Visible Solutions. And amazing Mike joined Marie Vega Byrne and I on Thursday night for Purple Thursday. Kimberly was there too. I was honored to really hold space and to participate in a dialogue that really moved me on so many different levels. It's the reminder why we have opportunities to invite each other into community. We have opportunities to help each other elevate our blend. We have opportunities to invite each other to rise, to lift, to inspire, to motivate. On the other hand, it requires an incredible amount of really pure, wonderful, loving energy. And it requires time to fill our energy reserves, whether it's because tractor trailer almost took my love off of the planet a couple of weeks ago. And I'm reminded as today, and you'll laugh because I'm back in the kitchen today, as I'm about to bake a turkey, because there's nothing to tickle my beautiful wife like a turkey. What I smile at is in the conversation that Mike and Marie and I had, and it's going to be a YouTube premiere. It's on Meta if we're connected. And it was the PM version of Purple Thursday. And I'm glad I tried to mix it up. I knew introvert energy-wise. I started going live in the morning. I was in Sage Leadership with Angie Alexander in the morning. I had the opportunity in the afternoon, thanks to amazing Dana Zellers, to present in Higher Coach Connective, which I'm delighted now to be a member of their community on Meta. Michael Roach and I then had a Zoom on Event Alchemy. And at the end of the evening, there I am for Purple Thursday without any energy in the battery, without any energy left in the tank. And Mike LeBlanc and Marie just lifted us up to really elevate. And as Lachelle's saying, we need to create more spaces to celebrate. We're celebrating Lachelle's wonderful, miraculous birth of her grandson. We're celebrating birthdays. We're celebrating kindness. We're celebrating, as Mike has in his comment, curiosity, which I learned about from Jeffrey Davis of Tracking Wonder. And really reminding us that the fuel we need to lift, to elevate, to fill in those gaps, those blanks, those pauses. And there are no accidents. It's really about, So Kimberly, I am a turkey in the oven kind of girl. And the oven goes on, and today it's a turkey breast, but I have a turkey and some stuffing that really should be in a contest. I will also say it and I know it's Happy Diwali, but we make a pretty mean ham. I am not the person to be in your kitchen when you are hungry and you want to eat in 45 minutes. If there's some time, some space, you let Mel in the kitchen. And as Lachelle will say during our pasta journey in January, Lachelle will hear stories about why my family tries to keep me away from flour. But in this process of reflections, in this process of rise up, in the process of leaning into the lyrics of Andra Day's beautiful song, the real reminder, we're here for each other. And I thank you for that. As Jay Travetti's popping in, as Ronnie, yes, Ronnie. And Ronnie's got an amazing book, which I have been carrying around. It is in a bag nearby. Ronnie wrote the most amazing book. And I want to thank her for her timing, because it's a reminder. It's about forgiveness. We've already done a session on Cynthia Erivo's more than twice. Her I Forgive You is an album that really has been coming to me. And Kimberly's reminding me, when Lachelle comes up for this pasta making thing, I'm making a promise. I had told Lachelle before I was going to cook for her family and do dishes. But I think I'll make sure that we have an opportunity to make sure we have a chance to connect in a space while Lachelle's in town for more than just a pasta experience, because there are people we need to thank for helping us lift, rise, not stay in caves. And with full transparency, I just started working with 2 amazing coaches recently, and I'm about to start working with the 3rd coach. And I'm delighted because one of them is a wonderful woman who, as Ronnie would say, Elizabeth Leba, during Domestic Violence Month, a wonderful influencer, a person who's really helped me find a vibe for my voice in her Glow Up and Get Paid boot camp. And I also started working with amazing Gwen White, one of our guests who I always shout and Gwen out from a human design and AI. And she had an amazing sacred sales mastery offer that was the right timing for Mel, as I'm finally stepping into Be Visible Solutions on the level of which it should have always been. Came up with a website, bevisible.solutions, and you'll see BeVisibleSolutions.com exists. And We're working on content on it. We'll get there. But I have to just really say thank you for inspiring sage energies, as Angie Alexandra calls them, for helping with sustainable energies. Because our batteries, we all run out of juice. We all run out of the energy. We all run out of the time, the space, the grace. I made a promise last week to dance more. I made a promise to breathe more, because I didn't realize until my love got hit by the cab of an 18-wheeler that I was holding my breath. Somebody you know somewhere, and I say it all the time, reach out to that person you're thinking of, because maybe your last opportunity for a conversation. I learned that day as I slept in for self-care. As I remember that sweet kiss goodbye, and I said, take care, honey, travel safe. I didn't realize that that could have been the last day that I got to hear her voice. So in the communities we're creating, in the steps that we're taking to support, to nourish each other, whether we need to take the advice, hey, Leslie Flowers, I was shouting you out before, thank you so much. And we need to take the advice of Cynthia Erivo's, I forgive you. Start with forgiving yourself. And think about, is there somebody in your universe who you need to explore the concept of forgiveness with? Maybe the timing's not right. Maybe it's a historical relationship. Maybe it's somebody you can't really locate a bone, a gratitude bone. Maybe you aren't willing to face them. Maybe you aren't willing to talk to them on the phone. Maybe you don't want to hear their voice. Maybe there's a letter somewhere that you need to write just to let it out and release it. But I learned during, Mike mentions box breathing. What I'm delighted with is Jeffrey Davis of Tracking Wonder taught me sky breathing. Maria Wade has some other breathing exercises. Kimberly Nicoletti has helped teach me more about somatic healing. And you're right, I didn't realize I was holding my breath. So it's a real reminder that there's somebody out there. And today, no accidents, rainy, gray day. I'm wearing my Pops yellow. It's my reminder to let his daughter out to play with joy, to let her out to breathe full out. And so I'm sharing with you, you'll hear more shortly. I'm opening up more opportunities to work with Mel in communities. One will be with the goal of helping you elevate your blend in person, online, hybrid, and both, of mixing that up. An invitation to explore, cultivate trust in the back end. And the other one will be in our opportunity with Michael Roach for event alchemy experiences. What does this mean? No worry, we'll figure it out. Someone would say, where's the landing page? Where's the one sheet? We'll get there. But the reflection is sometimes the days when, as Nyati Shang said in one of the lines in For Color Girls who have committed suicide because the rainbow isn't enough, my arms were too short to box with God. I was reminded as I was about to pause with I'm Possible Live, I was reminded, as my Nana said, to guard my light. You'll see more about that as I'm sharing on Purple Thursdays. I'm sharing more about Fearless Hudson Valley. There's on my YouTube channel, there's a video, Be the Light, that Fearless came up with during the pandemic. Ileana, bless you for that. Ileana, you inspire me to keep going. Your journey, your honesty, your transparency in our complex seasons of gratitude, grief, and growth. Yep, human touch is important. I had to learn during this really complex season. I needed some warm hugs. And yep, that desire to help others in our fragile world flourish. We all need some inspiration to keep going. Leslie Flowers has no idea of the day that she added me to her carousel of lives that you should pay attention to. She had no idea that the day she added me I was planning on making that my last day. Somewhere out there, another song that I love by James Ingram, and a reminder, keep coming up with the musical titles. My amazing guests, please come and continue sharing music to inspire us. Please do it in this thread. There's somebody somewhere who needs to hear your music. There's somebody somewhere who needs to hear a song. There's someone somewhere who needs to hear Mike LeBlanc songs. Because James Ingram, that line, how do you keep the music playing? In part of Reflections, we rise up, and we rise up together. So thank you. And Leslie will laugh because today, Mel went over the 22 minutes. Leslie Flowers reminded me, 22 minutes. And yep, Ronnie, music is so healing. And I want to thank you all for joining us today. I am inviting you to pop in and join us again, and to stay posted, because Mike and Marie on Purple Thursday, we're going to do it as a YouTube premiere. We'll do it shortly. We'll pick an evening. Pop in if you can to join us. And really, thank you for sharing space, sharing your grace, sharing your light, for popping in to remind this girl from the Bronx, keep on keeping on. Keep on trying to rise up. When you see me in yellow, it means it was a gray day for Mel. It means that I'm reminding you, as I'm wearing my dad's favorite color, to keep honoring his legacy by letting his little girl out to play. And the milestone birthday celebration for Fearless Hudson Valley. I am on the board. Ask me why. Fearless Hudson Valley is a not-for-profit that provides advocacy, education, non-residential, and residential services for survivors of intimate partner violence and their families, for teen dating violence, and for human trafficking. And I want to thank you for joining us today, and for your grace, and for reminding the girl from the Bronx to rise up today. Please stay in touch, stay safe, stay well, stay inspired, stay in touch, and have a magnificent day filled with blessings, opportunities, and possibilities. Take great care. And Leslie Flowers, come join me on a Monday afternoon. Be safe, everyone. Let's be careful out there. Take great care. And please, when you have a chance, if we haven't caught up recently, click the link on my LinkedIn profile. Let's create a space across time zones. Let's just catch up, raise a glass, and celebrate. Take great care. Be well.